We're joined by I-24 News diplomatic correspondent Mike Wagenheim. Mike, all Gideon Saar did today was to tweet two words. Well, in Hebrew, I am ready is two words. I'll have to explain. But there are so many different ways to interpret this tweet that we're seeing now on the screen. What's your read?
I think there's only one way to interpret it. He's ready. He's ready to challenge the prime minister. And this is not out of nowhere. Netanyahu and Saar have bad blood going back for a while. Netanyahu accused Saar publicly of trying to launch a coup against him, to chuck him out of office in cahoots with President Reuven Rivlin, another Netanyahu rival. So this has gone on for a long time now. Saar came back into politics recently after a 3-year break, just chomping at the bit to take over the Likud party and make himself into the next prime minister. He sees an opportunity. Why not go for it now? Why wait? So
when Netanyahu probably saw this tweet, he wasn't surprised.
Not at all. In fact, he's been saying this for a while. And the theory is that Likud floated this trial balloon of a primary as a way to flush out these moles and these rats within the party like Gideon Saar.
Primary elections right now for the Likud party potentially benefit Netanyahu.
It really doesn't, which is why within the last hour or two, Likud has backed off this notion that there will be a primary, and it's looking much less likely than it did earlier on in the day. But the theory being that this is Netanyahu's way of saying to Benny Gantz, listen, you think my party is going to turn on me if you keep ramping up the pressure? It's not going to happen, and let me prove it to you with primaries. But there is a huge risk in doing that. Why? Number one, because Netanyahu may not have the support he thinks he does amongst Likud members, about 130,000 card-carrying members of the party. But also, the primaries would not be able to be held until November. What happens in November? Indictments possibly handed down by Avichai Mandelblit, and that makes his position even more tenuous, a dangerous proposition for the prime minister.
So, Mike, with all these developments that Tom just broke down for us, including what Yair Lapid said, that he's giving up the rotation, are we getting any closer to forming some kind of government in Israel?
I think the Lapid thing is overrated as far as news goes. Listen, if there's a unity government between blue and white and Likud, that means there's no room for Yair Lapid anyway. Lapid's been pushing for unity government along with Benny Gantz. The notion that he was going to be prime minister in a unity government didn't make sense from the get-go. This is just another way of saying, listen, everybody is doing something for the country, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, except for you. When is it your time to do something for the country and bring us together? So it was more just theatrics, I think, than really a give and take by Yair Lapid.
In 2 sentences, I'll give you maybe 3. What are you hearing from Netanyahu's pre-trial hearings? It was day 2 today.
A lot of talking, so much talking, in fact, that they didn't wrap up what they wanted to in case 4000 today, the most serious case against Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. And now his defense attorneys and even the prosecution they're talking about maybe extending talks a little bit into Sunday when the other cases were supposed to be discussed.
All right.
So this might all go past Yom Kippur next week and into the following week.
All right, Mike Wagenheim, thank you.